Well, I haven't made a video in a very long time, so I thought I would make one. I've been working on this frame, working on putting the oil tank in, my own system of mounting. I got to use my tube bender and make all this stuff to make this frame a hardtail, and I cut out a lot of the casting to save the motor mount. I don't know if you can see that motor mount right there. Of course, motor mount in the front. I was going to lengthen those front tubes up a bit and stretch the backbone, but then I decided to leave the uprights the way they are. The front just kind of stock, not raked. And I was going to put this, it's kind of a girder. It's a girder front end, but it's like a Springer front end that I had. But when I went to install it in the neck, it didn't fit. So I've got some work to do with that. I have to either buy a new neck post in there, or I don't know. I got to figure it out. But I'll show you. I still have my Triumph over here, which I'm working on the frame. I'm cleaning it up and changing some of the mounts, and the rear wheel has been slightly crooked to clear the chain, and I'm going to fix that. And I'm going to tear the engine apart this winter, hopefully, and replace all the gaskets, because it sure is a leaker. But anyway, that's a YZF 750 engine. I need to work on that. I have that front wheel that it has no brake. It's just the spool in the front, no brake on there. I have a lot of crap, a lot of stuff, but it's crowded in here. But I can't decide whether to use this wheel, which I think is a 23. I'd have to remeasure it real quick, but this one behind it with a disc brake is a 21. That's the rear. But this front end, I don't think I can. I'd have to do some work to get a disc brake to work on it. I'd have to weld some stuff, but I don't feel like doing. And I've also thought about shortening this. If I did that, I might try and make it so the disc brake will work. But it's this from the bottom of the triple tree, if you can call it that on a girder, to the axle. That is 28 inches, I believe. And what I'm looking for on this is actually going to be around the 20 range. I could go 19 to about 22 for that length. I do have the stock. I don't know if you can see them right there. I do have the stock front forks, but I don't have the stock triple trees. I've got those two Springers right there. Well, one's a girder, one's a true Springer. The one with the twisted square. But those are really long. I would have to rake out the front big time on those. And which, if I might decide to go that way in the long run. Oh, that's where that seat is. I didn't know. I've been missing that seat. I guess I stuffed it back there. See it? Wow. That's hilarious. There it is. I'll be damned. Good. I'm taking that home. I'm going to try and do a natural leather job on it. I have a big piece of leather, and I'm going to, I think, drill holes all the way around that seat, and put the leather on there, poke holes through, and sew leather string all the way around. I have to get the leather string. I have the leather I want to use. It's a real natural looking tan that I think would look cool on this Harley frame. So anyway, but back to what I was going to show you. Sorry about the mess. I am messy when I work. Yeah, look at this. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got a nice 350, a GM Goodrich 350 back there in the corner that I want to put in my FJ60, but it's got a new engine in it, so I want to try it out first before I just change up. But here's the ironhead. Pull that out of there. Look how beautiful it looks in there. It's all brand new. I bought this off Craigslist, and the guy I asked if the engine turned over. It was just covered in dust and grime and from sitting, not from use. And then I find out that after I clean everything off, I look down into here. I'll see if we can see it. But I looked inside, and I was like, holy moly, this thing has never seen a drop of gas. So inside, you can see that, I don't know if you can read it from here, but it's bored 40 over. But look at those cylinder walls. They're freshly honed. They still have the hone marks on them. I'm like amazed. This was the best find I've ever gotten. I've gotten killer deals across the globe. I wait and I find cheap stuff, and then I build it, you know. I have 3 Land Cruisers, and the 2 of which are beautiful because I got them dirt cheap, looking like crap, and sorry about that, and I built them. So I thought I was going to have to build this motor from the bottom up, do everything, but it's brand new. I pulled the carb off. I'll show you the carburetor. It's in the other room, but it's gotten scratched up. It's kind of a bummer because these are just like polished and beautiful, but it's got some little scratches right there I'll have to buff out. Not too bad. Nothing to worry about, but yeah, the paint is kind of dusty and grimy, but I don't know if you can see in there. It's never been hooked up. This is a brand new, fresh motor, and just from sitting, it's gotten a little bit of, well, I was going to say a little bit of surface rust, but you can hardly call that surface rust, huh? On the starter wheel there, and the brand new clutch. Just everything's brand new. I'm going to put, I already ordered it before I put the primary on and everything and hook up the clutch. Look at that. Brand new bearings. I'm just like, wow, man, really? This is trippy. A brand new engine. Look at this. Just there's dust in there and like a couple chips in the black paint, but it's like, look at this thing. New. I mean, a lot of people, I don't know, a lot of people think that the Sportsters aren't real Harleys, but actually Sportsters at the time were faster than any of the bigger engines. You know, any of the big twins. They came out with the 900 first. What was it, XLH, I believe? I don't know, but yeah, they did it to compete with these bastards over here. That's why they came out with that Harley 900 Sportster, because these things were kicking their butt in the corners and in speed. Little 650, and they would beat the big 80 cubic inch. Actually, at the time, I think they were 74 cubic inch, but yeah, they had to come out with a new model to keep up, and that's the Sportster. I don't know if some people know that, some people don't, I guess. But I'm gonna move this stuff real quick so I can. I'm welding up these suckers right there. I welded nuts to it. I'm really doing a lot of stupid stuff to get this oil bag to work on this. I don't know if these are this kind of, I don't know if they're called oil tanks, oil cans. And it's not level with that because it's not meant to be on here, but I had to cut a chunk out of the front and put, let me see, put a slice of a piece of pipe in there, like a wedge shape, so it would wrap around the upright there. Because I should have started designing this part of the frame. I should have tried it with the oil tank first, but I didn't. So I didn't want to cut out my upright and start over, so I did that. I put that groove in there so it would go around that. I know it looks super ugly with all the colors. You can see the copper underneath the chrome and ground off, and I had painted it all white so I could see where I needed to fill in a little bit. But when I welded these studs through into the oil tank, that piece of pipe, it burned up all my filler, so I just ground it all off. I got to start over on that. I'm an idiot for not doing all the welding first. It's just extra work for me, no biggie. But yeah, you can see how the bottom wraps around. I kind of gave it a point because I wanted to make it look good. But yeah, oh, this goes back. I want to put this back in my intake. Oh, I'll do it in a second. You guys don't have to see that. So yeah, working on that frame. It'll be cool when it's done. It's gonna be sweet, actually. There's a little wrench in there. I decided to use that because I thought it would look cool. And a bolt fits in there to cover the top of the tube. It's kind of neat. But anyway, there's my frame. So that belt, that goes with the belt. I don't know why I have that, but I've had it for quite a while. Even before I had any Harley stuff, I had that one. So I've got all this stuff. But look at this. When I picked up that engine and frame, it came with this frame right here, which I'm not using because I'm doing the hardtail. So, but it came with all this stuff. It's almost complete. I have an extra case here. Just in case, you should have an extra case. But look at that chrome. Everything was re-chromed, and the deal was, this stuff was all done 15 or so years ago. Maybe more, a little more, I don't know. But it was wrapped in newspaper and stuff, and it looked like the previous guy that had this didn't even unwrap some of the stuff. It was still in the original newspaper from 2000, what was it, 2003? I can't remember, 2003, something like that. But it was yellow. I'm changing all the yellow out. This frame, you can see, was yellow too. Everything was yellow. I'm trying to change it, but it's cold, so my black paint didn't stick too well. Even though I sanded and everything to get good grip, but just couldn't do it. It was too cold. But yeah, here's the carb. It's a Zenith. I don't know how good they are, but it's, look at this. Let me show you. Oh, look in there. Look at that. Let me open that up. Where am I? I'm looking through. Oh, here we go. Look at that. That is a new carb. But it was new 15 years ago, so the rubber on the plunger, the rubber is a little cracked. I might replace that. I might check out some of the gaskets because they're very old. But I have just tons of stuff for it. It's been taking up a lot of my time working on this stuff, working on that frame, and getting it ready. I tried to put I think I already told you just a little bit ago, yeah, I tried to put that front end on, but got the controls. I wanted it to be a kickstart and I thought it was, because of this. It has that hole there for the Kickstarter shaft, and then this is holds the spring. But it's not. I'd have to pull a plug out of the engine, put the shaft in with the right gears and all this stuff. I would like it to be both kickstart and electric. That would be pretty cool, because then if your battery runs low, you can still start your bike. I still have this engine too. It's all set up, ready to go. I just need to do a couple things, fire it up. That's for a dune buggy project that I need to. I'll probably start working on when the weather gets good again. It's pretty bad right now. There's my Triumph tank. There's the shifter. It's gonna be a jockey shift on the right side, because it shifts. It's a right side shifter. So is the Harley motor, and I'm thinking about doing the same with it, because I like jockey shift, and it's easier for me. I have some issues with my my bones, basically, and it's hard for me to use to shift to get, and my feet are really too big for that, and I'd have to make a big old shifter, and I don't want to, because my feet's is big, too big for it. Yeah, so at this point I think I'm just rambling, and sorry again about the mess, but hey, that's the way my shop is, because that's the way my brain is, a total mess. Anyway, there's a Land Cruiser underneath there. There's my FJ40, and then the dune buggies under that blue tarp that the cat jumped. The cat jumped on top from the roof and started sliding, so it just starts clawing like crazy and tears a giant hole in my little portable roof. Drives me nuts, man. The cat loves to be on top of everything. It jumps down onto the soft top on my Land Cruiser. And I know one of these days he's gonna tear that up too. Damn cat. Cat's a stray that just won't leave. So we keep feeding it. Anyway, alright. I'll let you guys go. Thanks a lot for sticking around if you made it this far. Alright. Have a great day. Adios.